So this is my Alvis Striker FV102, which is a swing-fire missile launcher, an anti-tank missile launcher, built by Alvis in Coventry in 1977, this particular one. So we'll do a quick walk around of the key exterior features. Starting at the front, the two louvers here contain the transmission and the radiator underneath there. We'll have a look at those later. It has two sets of smoke dischargers. Obviously these fire smoke grenades to set up a smoke screen. This is the driver's hatch. Access for the driver through there. Looking down the side, 5 sets of road wheels. Housed behind this hinged armoured cover is the NBC nuclear, biological and chemical filtration system. Selection of microfilters housed within here to try and remove all sorts of hazardous chemicals, dust, etc. from the air that's going to be breathed by the occupants. The rear of the vehicle is dominated by the missile pod on top. This contains 5 swing-fire missiles, and these green plates drop down as the pod rises to deflect the thrust from the rocket which is in the missiles as they fire. The CVRT range of vehicles are all fitted with normal lighting, brake lights, indicators, etc., so they can be used on UK roads without too much of a problem. The exhaust from the J60 Jaguar 4.2 litre 6-cylinder engine, which is housed under these covers at the front to the right of the driver. On the roof we have on the left here, the missile controller's sight, and to the right is the commander's cupola with should have a GPMG gun on top of here, 7.62mm, but I've mounted a old Bren gun which looks very similar. Spotlight which points in the direction the gun is pointing, and the commander's main sight, which can be fitted with an infrared capability. Really, this Bren gun is just for show. The round of 7.62mm bullets there looks good, but it's not right. So this is the commander's hatch. His cupola can rotate and is fitted with 8 periscopes plus his main sight at the front. Quick look inside. This is the missile firer's hatch. This is the driver's hatch. It has a periscope here for driving with the hatch down and the seat drop down, so you can drive fully closed up, and also an infrared sight can be fitted for night use. Very cramped inside here. So we have inside the 2 tillers for steering. On the right, a normal throttle pedal. In the middle, a normal brake pedal. On the left is the gear change pedal, which is almost like a motorcycle style thing, which is 7 gears up and 7 gears down, so you just run through the gears. Takes some getting used to. The main dashboard with speedometer, rev counter, fuel gauge, ammeter, the usual selection of displays, switches and fuses. 2 large batteries below, and a heater blower with a vent just to the rear. Behind is the commander's position with his radios, and in the back there are all the electronics for the swing-fire missile system. More of that later. Right, let's have a look at that J60 4.2 litre 6-cylinder engine under these covers. Number 1. Number 2. Let's have a look. There we go, neatly shoehorned in. Pretty tight fit. Fantastic engine. And let's have a... So to the left here is the air cleaner, air filter. Single carburettor at the back. Extremely large cooling fan. Obviously cooling is a big issue for something that's enclosed in a aluminium box essentially. Okay, we'll access the radiator and gearbox area now. We just need to close the driver's hatch without falling off. Under the covers we have the radiator. And this can be conveniently pulled up to reveal the rest of the gearbox, etc. Quite clever little trick that. So down here we have the drive to the engine cooling fan, and below that the centrifugal clutch. This area here is the air intake, and inside there is the filler cap for the gearbox oil. That filter there is the gearbox oil filter. The vehicle is steered by 2 brake discs on the gearbox, and the outer, another pair of brake discs, which I'm showing now, large brake caliper, are the actual brakes. So extremely large caliper, large brake disc with a band around the disc, which is probably about 1 inch thick, the disc, which is the handbrake band. With the radiator back down, we can maybe just poke down and see the steering caliper. Yes, there we go. Pretty much a standard caliper, standard brake pads, left and right calipers operated by the tillers. So the gearbox essentially has a control differential in there, and fun to drive. The gearbox drives sprockets at the front, seen here, and the tracks are fairly special. They have rubber pads on, and the rubber pad goes right the way through to the inside of the track, and then obviously the road wheels run on that rubber, so it makes a very smooth ride. The only downside is when the pads wear out, the track is scrap, so you need a complete new set of track, which is very expensive, and on the road you can wear these pads out in as little as I don't know, 500 miles. Scary. At the rear there is a track tensioning ram, which you can adjust the tension of the track just by pumping grease into it. Pretty straightforward. The dampers or shock absorbers on this particular vehicle are the earlier Armstrong type, which is fine for road use. A lot of people like to fit the later Messier type of damper, which was a later modification really. But on the road I think these do the job perfectly adequately. A range of tools are stored on the outside of the vehicle. This is the pickaxe handle. The head is over the other side. Here's your normal axe, and to the right of that is the fuel filler cap.